Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan and today I'll be sharing with you 8 different ways on how you can price your products for your new e-commerce business. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This channel is all about helping e-commerce entrepreneurs to build a subscription business. And if you are part of my community, it's always good to see you back. So let's dive into today's topic right now. How to price your products for your new e-commerce store. All right, the first way is actually cost plus pricing. All right, so what is cost plus pricing? Okay, so basically, in simple terms, is basically your cost, all right, plus markup. Now, this is your total price. Okay, so this is a very common way of pricing your product. All right, this is a method we call cost plus pricing. Basically, you have your cost of the product plus a certain markup, and then you get your price. Okay, now what are some of the downside of having this kind of pricing? Basically, the downside, right, is that you don't take into consideration your competitors as well as your market. Okay, you don't take into consideration your competitors and your market. All right, so in the real world, of course, this is not true because you always need to also look at how your competitors price. All right, now the second way of pricing your product, right, is what we call competitive pricing. Now, what is competitive pricing? All right, very simple. Let's say if your competitor price your product at $1, right? So there are basically two ways where you can actually price your product. You can actually price it at 90 cents, or you can actually price it at $1.10. All right, so this is your competitor pricing. All right, when you actually price it at 90 cents, right, you actually sell cheaper. Okay, then you are competing based on price, right? But of course, you are also telling people that you are affordable. And accessible to all. All right, so let's say if you are pricing it at a premium, right? You need to justify why you are expensive. Okay, so this kind of pricing strategy, right, is basically looking at your competitors. Okay, you are competing based on how your competitors price their products. All right, now the third way of pricing your product is basically what we call price scheming. Now, what is price scheming? Basically, one example would be Apple products. The Apple iPhone. So you can see that the products, right, every time they launch a new iPhone, it will be more expensive, but over time, it will be cheaper and cheaper. So for example, when they launch iPhone 13, iPhone 13 will actually command a premium, all right? But once iPhone 13 is launched, iPhone 12 will be cheaper compared to the launch price. So over time, it will be cheaper and cheaper. So how this strategy works is that I see very commonly on innovative product. All right, innovative products that actually launch every single year. Even cars as well, right? Every time they launch a new car model, the older car models, they will be cheaper and cheaper. Okay, so basically the price decrease over time. Okay, so this usually works well if there's a scarcity lah. Okay, now the fourth way of pricing your products, right, is basically what we call penetration pricing. What is penetration pricing? Basically, they use a low price to penetrate the market. All right, so for example, if you look at even Grab or even Uber or even like WeWork, right? They give a lot of discounts to actually get people to use their software or use their product, right? To actually capture market share. They don't really look at profitability at this stage right now. They just want to make sure that they actually capture the market share and become the market leader. All right. Now, the fifth way of pricing your product, right, is basically my favorite, which is value-based pricing. Now, what is value-based pricing? Basically, in short, right, is the cost of the product, okay, plus the markup, okay, plus perceived value. Okay, so basically you want to make sure that you're not competing based on price, all right? You are competing based on what you are actually value adding to your customers. Okay, so very, very important is that if you want to charge a premium, all right, you can actually, you need to actually communicate why your product is different. Okay, communicate the value to your customers, tell them why you are different, and very importantly is to place a financial value. On those differentiating factors. So for example, it could be worth X value dollars. Okay, it could be worth X value. So very important is to always communicate. If you want to charge a premium, yes. All right. So for example, if competitor charge at $1, you are charging at $5. All right. But you need to tell them why you are premium, why you are giving them this kind of value. Okay, you are giving them this kind of extra features, all right, to actually justify the pricing. Okay. Now the sixth way, right, of the sixth strategy is basically what we call loss lead pricing. Now, what is loss lead pricing? Basically, in short, right, businesses, they actually lose money to get market share. Okay, so but what happens is that they make money from the upsell. All right, so how they do it is that they make money from the upsell. So one example, right, would be, for example, game console. All right, the product itself can be affordable, but how do they make money? They make money from games. They make money from games or subscription. Okay, so the game console itself could be affordable, but they actually make money from the games and the subscription, because that's where they actually make recurring income, and they also make most of their margin. All right, now the seventh way of pricing your product is what we call bundle strategy, or what I like to call bundle pricing. Okay, so bundle pricing is basically how you actually bundle up your offers together. One example is basically phone subscription. So you have a scenario where sometimes when you buy just the phone itself, probably it costs about $1,500. But using the bundle pricing, right, how they work is that the telco will probably charge you $300, and when you sign up a plan, all right, for 2 years, and every single month they will have the subscription. If you just buy the phone itself without any telco plan, it will be 1,500. But let's say if you come up with an irresistible offer and the price of the phone is probably $300, but if you sign a plan for 2 years, every month you pay, let's say $70, so on and so forth, and you also get a phone plus a line, right? So this is a strategy which is commonly used in the telco service, which we call the bundle pricing. Okay. All right, let's come to the last pricing, which is what I call the anchor pricing. Now, what is anchor pricing? So anchor pricing, basically you come up with 3 tiers, right? You come up with 3 tiers. All right, so for example, you see that maybe the price of the product is, they price it at $9, $10, and $50. All right, so this will be the anchor. Right, as you can see, right, most people will actually buy this. Why? Because you just need to top up $1 and you get a lot more features. Okay, so this will actually make it very, very attractive for people to actually buy the $10 offer. Let's say you can imagine, let's say if you only have a $10 offer and a $50 offer, it's very hard to differentiate which offer to choose. But let's say if you put $9, $10, and $50, right, most people will actually take up the $10 offer because you actually offer a lot more. Now, what are some examples of companies that use this kind of anchor pricing? Can I say that companies like McDonald's, or even Starbucks, right? They ask you, hey, would you like to upsize your coffee drink, or would you like to upsize your fries, all right, for just 30 cents or even $1? And most people will say yes, and they actually make a lot more. But $10 is the one that they are actually pushing for. All right, so I hope that you guys learn something from this content. And if you like content like this, do consider to click on to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell, because every day we'll be launching new videos like this to help you to grow and scale your e-commerce business. If you want to work together with me, all you need to do is to fill up the application form below and our team will reach out to you. So I'll see you guys in the next video.